Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from amandacrochets.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Red Heart Ombre yarn. This yarn came out sometime last year, and when it first came out I knew I had to grab it because it was super pretty and I really wanted to make something with this yarn. So as you can see here, I have 3 different colors. The total amount of colors that the Red Heart Ombre yarn comes in is 12 different colors. So I have quite a bit of it, so I will go ahead and show you each of those colors in a few minutes. But let's get going to see the specs of the yarn. So let's put that to the side for right now. So this is what one skein of the Red Heart Ombre looks like. As you can see, each skein is 10 ounces or 283 grams. Or you could see here it is 482 yards or 440 meters. So that's quite a lot of yarn for one skein, I would have to say. So another good thing about Red Heart is that they actually have a free pattern on the label. This one in particular is a knitting pattern to make this beautiful shawl. And you can see you only need one skein to complete that. So we look on the label here a little bit. It is 100% acrylic, which is great because it means it's machine washable and dryable. And that is great if you are one of those people that like to make items for charity or just like to make items for somebody that doesn't really put that much thought into hand washing an item, let's say. So each skein of the Red Heart Ombre is 4 on the weight scale, on the yarn weight scale. So it's a worsted weight yarn. As far as the crochet hooks, they recommend a size I9 or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. For the knitters out there, they recommend a US 8 or 5 millimeter knitting needle. So like I said, this yarn comes in 12 different colors. This one in particular is violet. And like I said, it's a 10 ounce skein, which is a little bit more than the regular Red Heart Super Saver yarns. Those, for at least solid colors, those Red Heart Super Saver yarns are 7 ounces or 364 yards. So this is quite a little bit more yarn in each skein for the Red Heart Ombre. Another thing that you want to be a little bit more mindful of is that the ombre yarns actually come in dye lots. So you want to be careful to get the same amount of dye lots for your project. So if you're making a bigger project such as a blanket, you want to go ahead and you want to look at this lot side here. And then that way you can make sure that each of your skeins are going to flow properly together. Otherwise it might be a little bit different when you work up your project. So from the name alone, you could tell that the ombre yarn, the colors move from light to dark and back to light again. So you get this beautiful gradient look without having to switch skeins to get the same effect, which I think is a lot of help. I made a baby blanket that I had to do my own ombre effect, and I think this takes a lot of the work out of it. So that's something to consider. So again, let's go into the colors. So this one is violet, so you have all the different shades of purple. So you go from the dark violets into the lighter lilac colors, as you can see here. So that's violet. This next one is called True Blue, and as you can tell, it's a true blue color. Let's see if it could focus a little bit. There you go. So as you can see here, these are all the different blue colors. So it goes from this lighter color and then it goes all the way up to the darker blue. The next one I'm going to have a little bit of trouble pronouncing, but it's anthracite, possibly. And basically it's a nice ombre shade of different grays. So you go from a very light gray to a darker gray right here. So that's that color. The next one is Spearmint, which I think is one of my favorites. I've just been in a very minty mood. So you can go from the lighter green all the way up to this darker spearmint color. The next one is Scuba, and this one is more of a turquoise blue. So you have your turquoise here, and then it goes to a lighter turquoise blue outside. And the next one that I have is Sea Coral, which is a nice coral color, of course. So you get the lighter shade here, and then it goes out to the darker gradient of the corals, and then back again. This is one of my favorites as well. And this one I have is Deep Teal. So again, you have your teal colors from the light to the dark. So I really like this line of yarn that Red Heart came out with. And then I have one more, and this one I actually caked up because it was a leftover from a project. So this is what the Red Heart Ombre looks like when it's caked up, and this is the Anemone colorway. So this one is like the different raspberry colors, and I really like this color a lot. I would probably say this is my favorite out of the entire collection. So you have raspberry, mauves, and pinks, and I made something with this right away, which hence the cake. So this is the pattern that I made. This is the Briar Rose blanket from Fiberflex, which again is a free pattern, so I will link that below just in case you're interested in making that as well. So this blanket is just made up of a bunch of shells. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see, the gradient right there. Isn't that beautiful? She made the Briar Rose blanket in the same color, so that's why I knew that I really had to make that. So as far as this yarn goes, like I said, it's 100% acrylic, and sometimes I know people could say that the Super Saver yarn can be a little bit scratchy, but I find this very, very soft. I don't really find it scratchy at all, but that's just my opinion. And I also find it very squishy, which I always like that in a yarn. Again, I really like the gradients of the yarn that goes from the lighter color to the dark and back again. I feel like you get a nice, beautiful blanket or scarf or whatever you choose to make with this yarn, but you get a nice, beautiful project with one skein versus having to change to like 3 or 4 different colors to achieve the same effect. So yeah, this is my review of the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre yarn. I hope you enjoyed this yarn review, and I hope to make more soon. If you have any yarns that you would like me to review, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see if I can get to them for you. And again, you could find this yarn on Amazon, and you could also find it at Joann Fabrics online and in stores, or like me, you can go to your local Walmart and pick up a couple skeins as well. So I hope you like this yarn review, and I hope you give this Red Heart Super Saver Ombre yarn a chance, because I really like it a lot. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!